late night video. So, people trying to get the credit 2020. You're trying to get your credit fast. You're trying to get it up there. You're saying to yourself, oh, do I need a trade line? Do I need a secure card? But guess what? We are the only company that gives you a specialized master list. Now, if this list is used correctly, you can add 200 points in 30 to 45 days without a sweep. Don't adjust your screen. You hear me correctly. Based on what's on your credit report, you have to ask yourself, do you need a sweep or do you need the master list? Or do you need both? You need a powerful punch when it comes to your credit. Because guess what? Because these creditors are doing the same thing to you. They're fighting a war. They want your dollars. You know? And 90% of the time, you don't have to pay your creditors because it's over the 7-year period. And even if it's under the 7-year period, guess what? You deserve a settlement. 50 to 70% settlement. So that also helps you. Stop rushing to pay your debt. Look into your debt. Sometimes you only owe 50%. Sometimes you don't owe nothing. You know? So when you're in a rush, that's why, listen, I tell people come to me and say, oh, I'm in a rush. I need my credit done. Come on, people. Stop and take a deep breath and examine your credit. Don't be so in a rush to pay this, pay that, because a lot of times you don't have to pay nothing. By law, if a creditor comes at you and it's over the 7-year period, legally you don't have to pay them a dime. There's so many people out there that pay this, pay that, and then later on realize, you know what, I could have saved my money. Now, there's so many people that say, okay, well, I'm going to hurry up and get a trade line. Stop being in a rush to get a trade line, because most of the time you don't need a trade line. And then a lot of times people are getting the wrong type of trade lines, you know. So you have to examine your credit. You cannot rush. Now, the master list is a list this broken down with different apps, different secure cards that's going to get you up to 200 points or higher. This is a tool that is needed. You have to have this. This is a must-have list. If you don't have this list, you're a nobody. You need this list. And if you have and if you bought a package from me, text me, call me, and I will send you the list. Just like that. Now, if you don't have a package from us and you're trying to get a sweep, it comes with all our packages. This is an added bonus. Not just a bonus, a big bonus. Because can you imagine, after, during the process of getting a sweep, you have a list. You have access to getting up to 200 and something points. This is a plus. This is what every credit repair company should have. But they don't. I'm going to tell you why they don't. Because every credit repair company, I'm going to put my neck on the chopping block. They don't give you this because guess what? They want you to come back over and over. It's a racket. So then they can bill you more money. And guess what happens? Your score goes up and it drops. Goes up and it drops. So guess what? You gotta come back. Come on. That's not help. You call that help? That's not help. Help is when you give somebody something and say, this is going to work for years and years and years. The master list works for you. The master list has no expiration date. That means you can use it forever. And your score will rise and rise. And even if something hits your credit, don't worry about it. Because you have the master list. The master list, if it's used correctly, your score will keep on rising. Even when it falls, it's still going to rise. We're always here to help you. Something hits your credit, text us, call us. We'll direct you what way to go, what to do in that kind of situation. We're here to help you. We're not here to just take your money and say, oh, well, come back next year. That is not real help. A person called me today and said, Mr. Kirby, I want a trade line. Didn't say nothing about a sweep. Didn't say nothing about the master list. Didn't say nothing. Stop listening to the streets. The streets are going to tell you you need a trade line. No. You don't need a trade line. Number one, you have to examine your credit. Number two, you don't want to put a trade line on top of debt. That's idiotic. But people think that, oh, well, if I get a trade line, what you're doing more damage to your credit than anything. You want to be able to get a sweep, your first round of the sweep, then if you do need a trade line, then put a trade line on there. Stop listening to everybody. It's just like if you go to a doctor and you ask the doctor about your credit. 90% of the time, he's not going to know what to say, tell you. Because that's not his field. His field is heart, lungs, whatever. He can't tell you about credit repair. Just like I can't tell you how to operate on a heart or lungs or whatever. Or what kind of medicine you need. I'm a specialist. The doctor is a specialist. We specialize in our field. This is why you go to certain individuals. So if you need a credit sweep, and you want a master list to go with it, and you want to be shining before the end of the year, text me 610-470-8992 or call me 610-470-8992. You can also visit our website, which is www.kirbyscreditkingdom.yolasite.com. I work till 2 a.m. in the morning, no problem. Now, if you want to fast track everything, make sure you send your reports to get your reports from www.annualcreditreport.com. Email them, PDF email, to Kirby's Investment Club LLC at gmail.com. Also, we also accept Experian. Experian is probably a lot easier. Go to Experian.com. Text me your login information. I'll review your files, and then we could take the step from there. We accept Zelle. We accept Facebook Pay. We accept Google Pay. We accept Venmo. We accept Chime. We also accept Walmart to Walmart and Western Union. Whew. Exhausted. So, if you're ready to change your life, if you're ready to put a big dent in your credit file, call me, text me. I'll get you results. Don't be the person that pays $99 a month and watch your score go up a little bit and then drop all the way down. Then turn around in 6 months and see the same stuff that was taken off your credit report put back on. You know why that happens? Because the credit repair company you hired is using the wrong form. When we do our paperwork, we use hard-hitting forms. We use forms where when they see our forms, they know we're not playing games. They know we're out for blood. And that's the way you have to fight these people. because that's the way they're coming at you. Thank you. Have a good night. Like I said, I work to 2 a.m. in the morning every single day. So don't worry. Don't think, oh, well, it's too late. I don't want to wake Mr. Kirby. Mr. Kirby's already woke. I'm woke. All the way live. So if you need help, text me, call me tonight. Or you can call me tomorrow or whenever. But stop procrastinating. Get your life together. Look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? Today is the new day. There's always a new day. Do not hesitate to change your life. Do not hesitate to take the first step. Do not hesitate to say, you know what? This is my day. This is the day God gave me. The Bible says, if you take one step, if you take the first step, my fault. If you take one step, God will take two. What that's saying is that God is going to help you once he sees you take that step. But if you stand in one position and you're not taking no steps at all, God is not going to help you. Because he wants to see you. He wants you to try to succeed. He doesn't want you to succeed. He wants you to try. Because when you try, eventually you succeed. I get calls from people all the time that's been waiting 1 year, 2 years to move forward, to try to get their credit repaired, right? And you know what? They're still waiting. It breaks my heart. Because the same time you're waiting, the same time you could have had a 750 credit score. And people wait because they don't know. They don't know what to do. They don't want to take a leap of faith. Sometimes that's all you have is faith. Eventually, sooner or later, you're going to have to have faith in someone. I remember I had a young lady. She was very hesitant. She said, "I heard you're the best." She was on a cruise in Jamaica, and heard about me. She came back to the United States. She said, "You know what? I heard about you in my travels to Jamaica." She said, "While I was on the cruise ship, I heard about you." And she said, "I can't understand how people will talk about somebody from all the way in the United States." And she said, "I heard nothing but good things about you." And I told her, I said, "You know what? You can hear anything you want about me, but it's what I prove to you." So let me tell you something. In 3 weeks, I increased her credit score 140 something points. She says, "You know what?" She says, "No one has ever shown me what you've shown me." The problem with people is they think negative all the time. And when you have a negative outlook or a negative attitude, you're going to get negative results. Plain and simple. That's why I tell all my customers, when you come to me, be positive. Because let me tell you something. If a person comes to me and they say, "Well, I want to get my credit done, blah, 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 blah," and they're thinking negative, I don't want them. I tell them, I don't think that I'm for you. I turn them down quick. Because if you have a negative attitude, that means you're not going to succeed. Whatever your goal is, if you're trying to get a loan, you're trying to get a house, you're trying to build a business, you are not going to succeed. But when you have a positive outlook on life, and you have a positive look on what you're trying to do, you're going to succeed. I have so many people that I've put in houses. I got one woman, she got a $200 and something thousand house. Another woman, $400 and something thousand house. And guess what? They came to me with a positive attitude. They weren't in a rush because they know the process. You have to have a positive outlook on life. Thank you and have a great night.